Hey everyone, welcome to the Wreath Workshop. I am Ashley Greenwood. I have been asking for a lantern swag tutorial. This is a lantern swag that I shared a couple of days ago and a lot of you really liked it. It is actually listed in my Etsy shop if you wanted to go get a closer look at it. But today I want to show you how I make a lantern swag. It's very simple. I love making lantern swags because it's kind of one of those things where you can piece together parts of bushes and parts of sprays that you weren't going to use, and you can use them to make something really pretty like a lantern swag. So you can see that I have my flameless candle lantern, not real lanterns with candles in it. Oh my goodness. Someone said it was a fire hazard. It's not a real candle. It's okay. We have some greenery, we have some really pretty flowers, a large bow, and today I'm going to share with you how I make one of these. So let's get started. It's actually going to be a lemon lantern swag, a lantern swag with lemons. And a customer asked for one. I've got them listed in my Etsy shop. And this is actually an order for a lady, Lisa, that lives in North Carolina. So hey Lisa in North Carolina, I am making your lantern swag. Before we get started, let's talk about what we're going to need. So first I have the ribbons that I will need to make a bow. We've got a 2.5 inch yellow stripe and a really pretty buffalo check lemon. This is a 1.5 inch ribbon. Both of these ribbons are wired. Yes, you must use wired ribbon or it's not going to work. So don't use not wired ribbon. So this is a 1.5 inch lemon, super, super cute. I actually have this in blue buffalo checked as well, and it's really pretty. So 2 ribbons to make our bow. Of course, an easy bow maker. And just a few other supplies that we need to make the lantern swag. Lantern swags are so simple. I love them. They're one of my most favorite things to make, besides flower arrangements and wreaths. So first let's talk about where we're going to get our lemons from. This is a garland. It is a garland with lemons on it. But let me show you the coolest thing about garlands. All they really are sprays that are attached to a big long piece of floral tape wrapped wire. And to take them off of the garland, you just simply untwist them. Super, super simple. So I'm gonna take one, see what I mean? So these are on the garland, all along the garland. And one of my best tips is you just take them off and use them like you would a spray. I really love this one. I got this from one of my wholesalers, which I love dearly. So I'm gonna need one more. Or maybe, hold on, maybe I just need one. I'm trying to remember how I make it. I've sold several of these, and you have to make them look as similar to the original one as possible. Hello, Tony, welcome. So guys, I would love to know, where are you watching from? Where are you watching from, and are you a maker? Do you make wreaths, or do you have another creative business that you are making? Yeah, this would be so cute on the front porch. So I'm gonna use this spray. So check it out. So I just pulled off 2 pieces from the garland. One has 1 lemon, one has 2 lemons. I'm gonna use the 2 lemons. Hello, Texas, Missouri, Kentucky, Florida, welcome. Florida, Texas, are you hot yet? It's so hot here in South Carolina. Welcome, Kansas. Here is the rest of the garland. I'm gonna save it for the next time someone orders a lemon lantern swag. Hello, Tennessee, Mexico, oh my goodness. Raleigh in Michigan. Just started out, did it years ago from Pittsburgh. Hey, Tony. I'm just gonna toss this on the floor. Hello, Texas. Okay, I'm gonna save this one for later. Just gonna set it aside. So we have our piece of lemon swag, a little bit of greenery. I'm not really sure what you would call this, probably a boxwood. It's not one of my favorites, but it works perfectly for this. I usually like greenery that I can push up and down. Hello, Colorado and Indiana, welcome. So I am a former kindergarten teacher that began my own wreath making business. I stepped out of the classroom a year ago and to focus solely on my creative business, and I've been working really hard to get that going. Okay, there's one more thing I forgot to share with you. These daisies from Michaels. I love these daisies. Oh my goodness, I have bought so many of them. It's kind of crazy, and I need to buy some more because I'm always so afraid they're going to go out. So let's talk about one more time for those people that are just joining, and thank y'all so much for following me. I appreciate that. We're going to need our ribbons, a 2.5 inch and a 1.5 inch. Our lemon spray that I took off a garland. Some greenery. This greenery is very long and linear. Linear, I think that's the right word. And then we need a white daisy bush. These came from Michaels. So let's get started. First, we're gonna make the bow. I use an easy bow maker. I have a very successful Etsy shop with tons and tons of bows, and I've made every one of them on this tool. You can find it in my link in my profile in my Amazon shop. Best thing ever. I got this one from my grandmother. To make our bow, we are going to start with our 2.5 inch ribbon. I love this yellow stripe. I always drop my ribbons on the floor. Oh, you got your Easy Bow Maker from Michaels Pro online. Oh, awesome. I didn't know that they had that or not. And guys, if you have a friend that you think would love to watch and learn how to make lantern swags like this and wreaths, please share this video with them so that they can see it. That would really help me. Good morning, silly girl. Here we go, 2.5 inch. Cut on a knife's edge or a diagonal. It's just the way I do it. We need to make this tail, let's do 10 inches. So I got my creativity from my very crafty grandmothers. Both of them were extremely crafty. And my city grandmother that we called Mima gave me this Easy Bow Maker so many years ago. I cannot even remember when she gave it to me. So I have an 8 inch tail or 10 inch tail, and I am making 5.5 inch loops. You can measure them on the Easy Bow Maker. If you want a detailed tutorial on how to make bows like this, I've got a free one. It's up in my profile. Wait a minute. I don't think I made the loops the same size. Hold on. Here we go. So this wide yellow ribbon is gonna be like a base for our focal ribbon, which is the lemon ribbon. And I'm going to do 2 5.5 inch loops on both sides. Pushing down in the middle, giving it a really hard turn. I think one of the best parts of being a wreath maker is playing with all the fun ribbon. It's kind of addictive, actually. Lemon ribbon, yeah, no kidding. It is kind of hard to say. So I'm gonna pull it down and cut my tails the same length. There we go. Spread this out a little bit. I always place my loops where I want them to be when I pull out the bow. It just makes it easier. Next, we're going to add our 1.5 inch lemon ribbon. This one right here, oh gosh, right here. So this is a lantern swag. Someone is asking about the arrangement, the lantern swag that I have right here. You can find that in my Etsy shop, like really good up close pictures. So if you want to go check that out, I would love for you to do that. Okay, let's do, I'm gonna do 8-inch loop, 8-inch tails on this one. Everything is measurable on your Easy Bow Maker, which is another reason I love it. It's all right there. I'm gonna do 5-inch loops now. I'm gonna come in just a little bit. Now I'm gonna come in a little bit more. Oh wow, you made a lantern out of Dollar Tree iridescent picture frames. That is cool. Isn't it fun to be crafty? Isn't it fun to take things that you wouldn't be able to find? Or take things from like the dollar store or a thrift store and make them into something really fun. Someone asked what the name of my Etsy shop is. It is the same name as this TikTok channel, 3, the number 3, Little Greenwoods. I am 3 Little Greenwoods all over everywhere. It's kind of an odd name, I know, but I started a blog when my children were little, and it was mainly about their birthday parties and, you know, things that we were doing around our house. And because it was so much about the children, I named it 3 Little Greenwoods. Now, it's about wreath making. So go check me out. Always hunting for craft ideas from thrift stores and Goodwill stores. I know it's fun. It's like a treasure hunt, isn't it? So you guys have been so sweet. Several of you have sent me messages on TikTok asking if I was okay and where in the world I was. I usually go live on Monday mornings and Wednesday afternoons. And this week has been crazy, crazy, crazy. Our oldest son is graduating from high school tonight. We have had awards days. We've had recognition ceremonies. We have had just so much stuff. Oh my gosh, it's just crazy. And tonight is the night. Tonight is the night. And then tomorrow is the party that we are having for him. So I have already made and shipped 2 orders this morning. I've gone to Publix to pick up a cookie cake. I've gone to the Bundt Cake place. Do y'all have those where you live? The Bundt Cake place. Been there, done all my errands. Now, after this, I have to iron clothes. Okay, so let's get back to this. This is called bind wire, all right? You can get it on Amazon. It is linked in my Amazon storefront in my profile. I linked it so you could just look at it and see what it looks like. I am such a visual person that I want to know what it looks like. So if I wanted to go see if it was in the store, I could find it. They have them at, they have this on Amazon. That's where I got it from. I'm taking the bind wire. I have cut it probably about 20 inches long. I'm gonna slide it up under my loops. Taking a zip tie next, sliding it up under there. And that is how I make my bows. Now, I know I'm going really fast, but if you want a slowed down, detailed version of how to make this bow, I got it for you. It's in the profile. Nothing Bundt cake sounds yummy. It is so good. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I got that. You work for the Bundt cakes? Oh my goodness. I love that place. That's what he asked for. Who is on my t-shirt? This is Mama Tot. Do you guys know who Mama Tot is? Give me a heart if you know who Mama Tot is. She is a TikTok star who is the most sweetest person. She just fills me up. I don't know how to describe Mama Tot. Y'all, help me describe her. I love her. She is just fantastic. So this is my Mama Tot shirt, and it says, "You can have mine," and she's offering up her crown to another woman. She is all about supporting each other, and she just fills me up. I love her. Mama Tot. I think y'all, what's her name? What's her TikTok name? Something like Shoe Lover, something. Okay, so here's the back. You can see there's my zip tie. Here's my bind wire. Here's the front. And I'm just going to set this bow aside. That I love. Here's the bow. Okay, next, we're going to make the lantern swag. So this is the spray that I got off of Garland, remember? And I'm gonna take a few minutes to bring it to life. I'm gonna touch each and every one of these little pieces. This piece fell off, but I really want this leaf, so I'm gonna glue it back on. Just off camera is a hot glue skillet. And if you don't know what a hot glue skillet is, you need to go look at my TikToks, because it is a fabulous thing for anyone who uses a lot of hot glue, like wreath makers or floral workshop people. Oh, I love it. She's a breath of fresh air amongst the sitting air, stifling air. Yeah, I love Mama Tot. So I had to buy a t-shirt for her. Amazon, support her, y'all. Okay, so I have spread out my spray like this. Now we're going to put some things behind it. We're going to use about 3 pieces of this greenery bush. It's very linear, like really. Let's spread them out just a little bit. Let me do the other ones. How do you find her on here? Probably if you just searched, oh, look, Cruise Angel put her, yeah, that's her, Shoe Lover 99. I love her. Okay, one more. Just kind of bending them apart to kind of spread them out just a little bit. Just like that. Next, I'm going to take my lantern swag piece and place the greenery pieces inside or behind it to kind of build up the swag just a little bit. You see how that's made it just a little bit more fuller? I'm going to use 3 of those pieces. Just gave it a little bit more oomph. Okay, I'm going to lay it down really carefully because now I need to add some of my favorite filler, these daisies. Cut 2 pieces off of there. Get rid of the yucky leaves. They're not my favorite. I never use them. Oh, thank you. Brittany says she loves how I explain everything and I'm so relaxing. My children are not going to think that I am very relaxing in about an hour whenever I get off of here, because it is going to be mama boot camp as soon as I get off. Everyone is meeting here so that we can ride together to go to graduation, which means that the house needs to be clean. And then they all got to get dressed up. They're not going to want to do that. I don't care. Look, our oldest, to say that he has struggled in school would be a vast understatement. And we are honestly so proud of him for pulling it out. We all going, and we all gonna be dressed up, and we gonna be pretty, and we're gonna take pictures. I need to tell him, we're gonna take pictures. Get right with yourself. You're gonna take pictures for your mama, and you're not gonna fuss about it. You guys are asking about the wire cutters. Hold on one second. Let me get all this together. So here's what I've done next. I have placed in 2 pieces from that daisy bush. I'm just building it up. What brand? This is the Husky brand of wire trimmers. Home Depot. I think Santa Claus put them in my stocking. But I have some other ones that are linked in the Amazon shop that I really love too. In fact, I need to order some because I've been using these since Christmas and they are about done. Gonna take a zip tie, go in the back, I'm gonna try to catch all of this goodness and cinch it together, okay? Yeah, please go to my Amazon shop. I would love for you to do that. I get a tiny little commission when you guys purchase through that. Not a lot, but a teeny bit. So it is just helpful. Now the trick with making these is holding everything together in the right place while you cinch them down. There we go, got it. Okay, see, one piece. So this is gonna be the bottom of our lantern swag. Somebody was fussing that I didn't say lantern the correct way. That's just how I say it. You stole your husband's wire cutters. Yes, so my husband finally got tired of me stealing his stuff, so he bought me some. But I think I told him to. So we have this thing where, like for the holidays and for birthdays, we just flat out tell each other what we want. It's just easier. There's not a whole lot of guessing or surprises going on, but that's okay. So this is the bottom of our lantern swag. We need to make the top part. And I'm gonna use a few of these pieces. I'm gonna cut this in half because it's gonna be long. And I think I'm gonna pull these little pieces off because I want the length, but I don't want the greenery to get in the way. So I'm just gonna set those aside. 2 pieces together. Now this is the top of the lantern swag. So it doesn't need to be really, really tall. Spread them all out so they're a little bit bigger, just like this. I think I'm only gonna need 1 piece of this daisy bush. Push everything up to the top. I love pushers. Pushers is when you can take the greenery and the florals and you just push it up so you can make it bunchy like this, or if you pull it down, you can make it longer and fuller. I want to push it up this time. So here is my little greenery piece. I'm gonna take this and lay it on top. Move it around so that the greenery gets a little bit incorporated with the daisies, just like this. So this is going to be the top of your lantern swag. I'm blowing your mind with pushing them. Love the pushers. Love the pushers. So here is our bottom. Here's our top. We have to marry them together. To do that, I am simply going to place them together, trying to line up the stems. You want them to be, I like them to be in a straight line, okay? So I've got them all together, just like this. In fact, I need to put them closer together. So there's only about an inch or two in between these. That is important, because if there's too much space in between your top and your bottom swag piece, you're gonna have to add more product to fill that in, and you probably don't want to do that. One of these, we're going to zip it all together. Zip ties are, besides the hot glue gun, besides the hot glue skillet, zip ties are my favorite. Where do I get my florals from? The white daisies are from Michael's. They're a white daisy bush, one of my favorites. The lemons came off a lemon garland that was from one of my wholesalers. You have to have your business license to purchase from them. But if you are selling, you need your business license. Hot glue skillet. Yes, girl, I got a hot glue skillet right there. Sorry you can't see it. I can't move it. It's super hot. But follow me, go back and watch some of my TikToks, and I'll tell you all about a hot glue skillet. On the back, I am capturing my loose stems with another zip tie. I want to make sure everything is secure. I'm going to put one more up here. We're going to cover all of these mechanics in the end, so don't fret. Yeah, Tony, tell her about it. It's like a regular glue skillet. I'm sorry, it's like a regular electric skillet. It's on Amazon. That I put glue sticks in, and I just dip my stems in them. Super, super simple. Nice and tight. So here is the back. All zip tied up. I like for my stems to be all lined up, all nice and pretty. And then take your wire cutters and cut these zip ties as close to the buckle as you can. And I'm also going to cut off the long little pieces in the back of some of the stems. Just to neaten it up a little bit. I love to make lantern swags. You can just piece together pieces and parts of things that you had left over to make them. You can take pieces off of garlands like I did to make them. So here is what we have. You can always move things around to make it like you want it. Now let's add the bow. This is our bow that we made on our easy bow maker with 2.5 inch wires and 2.5 inch ribbon and 1.5 inch ribbon. It has the bind wire on the back that I am going to place right here. Give it a really good tight twist, just like that. Let's put it up on the lantern so we can really see what it's going to look like. Have I made bigger swags for over a door? I have a couple, like there's like big greenery bases that you can make swags out of. I have some. My goal is to go through everything I've got, because Lord knows I have so much stuff. So here's the lantern swag that I shared a couple of days ago. It's in the Etsy shop. Here is my flameless candle. Are these lanterns meant to be outside? Yes, you can keep them outside. Now, if you put anything outside in the sun, it is going to fade. But I still put my things outside. We have a covered porch, but part of it gets a good bit of sun. Okay, here is this. Made it basically the same way. Basically. Yeah, I make my lantern swags basically the same way. It's a recipe. So I've attached it to the back of my lantern, to the top of my lantern. Now, once it is on here, you can really kind of move it around and add things to it. I'm going to cut off some more of my little daisy pieces because you see how dark it is over here. We can add some more to that. My Etsy shop name is 3 Little Greenwoods, the number 3. It's actually linked in my profile. So if you, I guess you have to leave the live to go and find the profile. But, okay. Somebody crazy's trying to get on. I don't want crazy. It is really pretty, isn't it? It's very bright. So I've got a little bit of little piece of this. I'm going to cut it about like this. So there's a short stem on it, and I want to put it right over here. Let's cut it a little bit shorter. Actually, hold on. Let's do this first. Let's take a moment and cover up the mechanics on the back. Here's why I want to do that. I want to do that because I am going to add some more things to this. And if I have a leaf on the back, it'll have another place for the stem and the glue to grab on. So I am simply taking my little leaves, getting my glue wand, which is really a skewer. Let me stir this up a little bit. I'm gonna place some hot glue on the back of the swag along those stems. Adding these leaves will just it'll clean it up on the back. And it'll give another space, another place for your florals to stick to. And I needed to do this before I added those pieces. Okay, let's do just a few. See how I've done 3 right here. So I love how you guys are commenting about how you love how I am teaching this. That's because I taught kindergarten. Oh my gosh, listen. If I can teach a kindergartner how to cut with a pair of scissors, which is really hard, then I can teach you guys how to make wreaths and how to make bows. Are these to decorate graves? They are not, but I don't see why you could not do that. That's a good idea, to put some citrusy limonella, lemony citronella. That's a great idea. You teach too? Very thorough. Yes, Lord. They are so literal. Little people are so literal. This is my first full year being out of the classroom. I had a 4K teaching position in a local church preschool, which I loved. But honestly, I wanted to make more money. But I did not want to go back into the public school system because that is a hot mess. Holy moly. So we talked about it, my husband and I, and we decided that my Etsy shop was doing so well that I should just focus on that. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, so here's the back. It's just pretty. You know, people pay good money for the things that we make, and we want it to be as pretty as possible. And it gives somewhere for the things to stick to. You teach special ed for public schools in a private setting. Oh, wow. You are doing good work. Yes, you are. Okay, now let's put it back on the lantern, okay? It does look more professionally made. Let's put it right here. Give it a little twist. Turn it around so you guys can see it. So when you put it on the lantern, you're gonna see this is a dark space, and that right here is a dark space, but we're gonna fix that. Here's our small piece of daisy that we're gonna add to the top part over here. And because I put that leaf in there, this has something to stick to. You can just maneuver these around, just like that. That's still really dark. Ugh. Hold on. I always use more of this than I think I'm going to. I don't like how dark it is right here. So I cut a little daisy off. I'm going to barely put it in my hot glue skillet. Barely. And then I'm gonna add it right there. Oh, perfect. If you have a hard time finding the ribbons that you want, I suggest that you go to Etsy and search. There are a lot of small family-run businesses that sell ribbons and wreath making supplies on Etsy, so go there first. Just right here. Here's a few other places that I recommend if you don't have a wholesale license to purchase ribbon. Deco Exchange, Greenery Market, Khalees is a good one. Yeah, Deco Exchange for supplies. Yeah, they're great. Parker and Damon are fantastic, and they have so much stuff. It's crazy. Is this a low or high temp glue in the glue skillet? I only use high temp glue because I do not want my customers sending me messages that their wreath fell apart on their front door. Nope, nope, nope. Got a dark spot. So let's do this. Thank you for sharing my video. I appreciate that. A little bit of glue. And I am going to shove it way up under here. Remember, that's why we put those leaves on it. All right, guys, that is it. That is how you make a lantern swag. Now you can go back, I'll go back and fiddle with all of these pieces to make sure that my daisies are dispersed the way that I want them to, make sure the leaves are dispersed evenly throughout. But there she is. Isn't she beautiful? I love it. I need to make a wreath that matches this. That's what I really should do. I'll put that on the list. I got lots of things on my list. How do I ship that? So this would go in a box that would probably measure 16 by 16 by 6. And y'all have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful weekend. We're going to be celebrating all weekend long. Bye, everyone.